Hello. If you are new, welcome. If not, welcome back. My name is Jere. This channel is Halo and Horns Tarot. I am coming to you today. This is a video, and I know it looks weird. I'm trying to find my space. Just work with me. Focus on the cards. So today I want to come on here and do kind of a 2-for-1. We're going to be reading the Mercury Retrograde coming September 9th in Libra. It might not be in Libra in your area, but or if you follow a different path of astrology, you can look into what yours has to say. But for us, it should be in Libra. And then the next day, September 10th, we'll have a full moon in Pisces. So the first thing I'm going to read is the retrograde, see what's coming. If you don't know what a retrograde is when if you look through a telescope and you look at a planet, it will appear to be spinning backwards. All that means in the tarot and spiritual world is that the energy is kind of getting a little wonky. When you think retrogrades, think redoing, reevaluating, reassessments. They're almost like little tests, if you ask me. So a lot of times lovers will come back up, old friends will pop up, old situations, anything that was from your past could reoccur. And you could get into some new issues. It's really good at gunking up current things. Mercury rules communication. It rules travel. So those things it rules other things. But those things can be affected during a Mercury retrograde. All right. And in the sign of Libra, Libra to me is really about fairness. It's about balance. So if the retrograde in Mercury, maybe our communications won't seem fair. We might be feeling like we're giving a lot of ourselves. We might not feel as charming, or we might feel like we just attract too many people. Like you just want to break. And then we have the full moon in Pisces. So full moon energy, if you don't know this, the sun reflects the moon reflects the sun's energy. So a full moon is being illuminated. The surface of the moon is reflecting the sun's light. So when we have that in Pisces, Pisces is at home in the moon because it's a water sign. And Pisces is a very dreamy, very ethereal sign. So we might feel a little bit more called to meditation, a little bit more called to spirituality. All right, I'm grabbing some cards. So first we're going to pull and see if anything's coming up for the retrograde, and then we'll move on to the full moon. If you have any specific questions, comments, or concerns regarding the moon, let me know. Give me 1 second. Okay. Whew. That was me. Hello. Alright, so first up, let's see what the Mercury retrograde has for us. I'm going to be honest, my Mercury, I was born during a Mercury retrograde, funny enough. Mercury retrogrades personally don't bother me all that much. I feel like my life is pretty chaotic without the help of Mercury retrograde, but that's just me. But maybe you've been feeling like there are specific time periods in your life where things just gunked up, and that's possible. Sometimes certain lunar and solar events can get to us. They can influence things more so than what we might be prepared for. I hope you all are having a wonderful Thursday evening. It's raining like crazy where I am, and I love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it. All right. looking for a card. There it is. So this is the energy we're going to be looking at over the course of this reading. If you have a retrograde in your chart, let me know how you feel about retrogrades. If you don't have a retrograde in your chart, let me know how you feel about retrogrades. Alright, but first up, we're going to take a look at the energy. It is in the sign Libra. Alright. Give us the energy. So the first card that came out is second house, owning. Issues regarding ownership might come up. Maybe you're ready to move out and start, living on your own if you're a young adult or a teenager who's transitioning. Maybe you have something to deal with in regarding ownership if you are a more established adult. We have Leo, I will. We have Mercury, the mind. Interesting that will come out. We have Taurus, I have. We have sixth house, routines. We have first house, body. And we have Aries, I am. So off the rip, we got 2 fire signs and an earth sign. We got 2 fixed signs, and the sign of Mercury did come out. So that tells me that energy might be assisting you. You could be a Leo, you could be a Taurus, or you could be an Aries, or those energies could be in your big 3, or you could be dominant in your chart that way. Or you could be ruled by the first or sixth house. The energy, the second, first, or sixth house. The energy could also be telling you to look into these areas of your life. So, funny enough, the second house is ruled by Taurus. So, if you are a Taurus or you have strong Taurus placements, know a lot of Tauruses, you might be dealing with the retrograde in the sense of trying to gain ownership or get comfortable in your life. If you are a Leo or ruled by the sun in some way, you could be looking at your own identity. That includes Aries is ruled by the first house, but in some astrological studies, Leo used to be the first house or the first sign of the zodiac wheel. The first house in Aries energy could be telling you to look at yourself. Maybe there's an issue going on internally within that you need to work on and work through. Or you could be dealing with issues regarding your body image, your self-esteem. Maybe it's time to revamp those. I think it's interesting we got Mercury. The mercurial energy will be helping you, even though it's a retrograde. I'm personally to the point now where good and bad aren't really all that a part of my vocabulary. It's about what you use to your benefit and what you avoid, in my personal opinion. And then we have sixth house. Sixth house is technically ruled by Virgo, but sixth house is about routines, work, your health, and your physicality. So it might be time to look at your work schedule and revamp it. It might be time to look at your 5-year plan and rethink where you're going and what direction. Maybe it's time to, get a doctor's appointment, check up on your health, get careers. Are you excited? Do you get ecstatic to go to work, or is it just another day in the office? Or are you sick of your job? Questions that need answers. So these energies could be strongly influencing. At the back of the deck, we have part of fortune increase. So this is a good omen, in my personal opinion, that, things typically, when we receive good things, it usually gets a lot worse before we start seeing those improvements to prepare us for the good fortune coming to us. Alright, that's all I see right now for the mercurial energy. I hope you have a safe and happy Mercury retrograde. We are currently in the shadow period. The shadow period is usually 2 weeks prior to 2 weeks after. Now I'm going to go ahead and move on to the moon. Alright, so this is what this main reading is about. Oop, we already got one. You got full moon in Virgo. You are good enough. If you didn't know, Pisces and Virgos are polar opposites. Pisces is the mutable water, which is what the moon sign will be in, but Virgo is mutable earth. Alright, you are good enough. You need to hear that. You are good enough. You are good enough. You are good enough. You really are. You are. Alright, a new romantic cycle begins. Be careful with that. Now, a lot of people, when they think of exes coming back, they might think of a Venus retrograde. But an ex can come back to your life at any point, retrograde or not. And when I say that, in this case, they could just miss you and want to talk to you, need somebody to talk to. And it's up to you as a human with free will and choice to set boundaries if you decide, it's not worth the hustle and bustle. What else does the full moon in Pisces have to tell us? It says, be bold and make the first move. Well, if you are expecting a love encounter, I suggest you do. You see something you like, you go say hi. Don't be weird about it. Just hi, how are you? All right, and next we have work through your fears. Work through your fears. So if you're not a fan of it, you ain't got to listen to this part, but it might be time to bust out the shadow work. It might be time to dig deep and deal with those parts of you that you don't like and don't want everybody else to see because you don't think they are worthy of love and adoration, and when in actuality, you created them out of a need to survive, and they do need love because they helped you survive. But you ain't got to do it. Nobody's forcing you. Free will and choice. Free will and choice. But if you do choose to work through that energy, now with the full moon would be a very good time to get started. I'm going to pull a little tarot just to see what the energy is talking about. I'm going to pull a few tarot. Actually, do I have in these? I will now. My cat just jumped. I scared her. Alright, what is the message from the moon? What does the moon wish to tell us? Connecting with the moon spirit. Three of Cups inverted, the Hanged Man inverted, the Hanged Person inverted. We have the Star, and we have the 8 of Coins, and the Page of Coins on the back. So you might be feeling, recently you might have been feeling kind of low energy, not really too excited to do much, not feeling very connected, maybe even a little bored or lackluster. If you are in a relationship, it could be a little rocky or just not as passionate. If you're single, you might be kind of, friend schedules not linking up and not really being able to spend a lot of time with the people you care about. And that's okay. When you're an adult, you're busy. It's okay. But there is an issue regarding a change of perspective coming. I do see that. If you or a person you are in communication with are having, they view it one way, you view it the other, that's never a bad thing. But you can definitely try and come to a compromise or try and understand it from that person's perspective. So during this Pisces full moon, maybe try and see things from the other side. We have the Star. The Star is about having hope, having faith after a tragedy may have occurred. Doesn't have to have. You could just be in a place and state where you're trying to manifest something and want to bring it to reality. Or it could be a number of things. But this is about having hope, having faith in your dreams, and working through those situations, staying prayed up, staying in a state of meditation, and making sure that you're keeping yourself as high vibe as you can. And then lastly, we have the 8 of Coins. You might be in school, or you might be working your way to school, or you could just be in a job, a field of work in general, and you are currently working through that. There might be issues regarding work, or you could do like personal work, maybe therapy even, as each shield is, unique and individual. I'm getting the sense that there needs to, I almost want to say like a slowdown. Like, don't stop working, but take the time to appreciate what what you've done. Admire your work. You did it. Any other messages? The page of I just turned it, but the page of coins is usually a young person very interested or curious in certain studies. Again, you might be going back to school, or you might be looking. It is school time, so you might be sending children back to school. Issues regarding school work, or again, regular work. I'm also getting that you need to be careful of your emotional state at work, which, I mean, of course, duh. But be mindful about how you feel at work. How do you feel about the overall place where you work? How do you feel about your co-workers? Do you, like, after you close or after you're done for the day, do you spend time with your co-workers, or do you go straight home from work to unwind? Neither one is, better than the other, but take the time and assess, how you really feel about what you do for a living. All right. Any other messages for this full moon in Pisces? You have the Three of Wands inverted. So this is my progress card, and when it's inverted, it means we aren't doing so hot. We might be stuck in a situation or a cycle that we really need to work on, or we could be just feeling stuck in life, feeling like we're not really getting anywhere, or we should be further along in life. Don't let that pressure get to you like that, babes. You're right where you're supposed to be. It might not feel good. It might feel like a little tight squeeze, but you're right where you're supposed to be, and you're in line to get what you're supposed to get. You might want to turn the mentality you have about it around. It's hard. It's very difficult to stay positive when you're in a difficult situation. It's very hard, and you want to be careful not to toe the line, because toxic positivity is a thing. You don't want to be so positive that you don't even give your negative emotions a chance to, like, really express themselves. When you feel like, this is an example. If you have a loved one and they pass away, and you don't, not to say that you have to cry, but you don't cry, you immediately go, well, they're in a better place. Well, they're in a better place. I'm happy for them. And that's a good thing. You want to stay positive. But give yourself time to grieve. If you love them and you lost them, and again, we all grieve in our own way. Some people cry, some people don't. But allow yourself to feel those emotions. It's hard. Negative emotions deserve just as much space. And I say negative in the sense of, we don't feel good. Anger doesn't always feel good. Sadness doesn't always feel good. But we feel those things genuinely and deeply because they are real. We can be sad. We can be angry. And the punishment might not always fit the crime. You might be overly angry. You might just be sliding into depression. Excuse me, drinking water. But the point is, you are feeling those things, and we have to acknowledge those things and why we feel that way, so that we can start to work to better them, or feel better. I think I'm gonna keep this one short. I just wanted to pop on here before I do what I do. Going to go spend time with some dear loved ones of mine. So I'm going to be gone for a little minute, but I'm going to pop right back up. But I hope you have a wonderful and blessed day. I'll leave you with one more message, something you really need to hear. All right. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Something we really need to hear. You need to hear that it might not be all good right now. 10 of Cups inverted. We might feel a little stressed out. We might feel like our family life is all over the place. We might feel like our personal lives are, scattered to the wind. 10 of Wands inverted. But that's okay. You're putting down burdens. You're putting down stress. It might not be easy right now, but you're working, and the universe sees your work. You got the Wheel of Fortune inverted. Yeah, I keep getting like something not great is going on. Some issues regarding family, um, milestones in life, passage of time. Um, Maybe you had a birthday and you and your family got into an argument about something, or you just don't. You need to have conversation with people about boundaries and setting those boundaries and what that looks like. We also got the Two of Swords inverted. There's a stalemate going on. Yeah, I keep getting stuck energy. Like, I really want to do something else. I want to move something else, but I just can't. I'm stuck right now. And then we have the Seven of Cups inverted. Illusions, delusions. You might have a lot of choices right now, but they might not be the best of choices. But hey, no choice is still a choice. And when you make a choice, it's okay. Stand 10 toes in it, because when you weigh the pros and cons of a situation and you make the best choice for you, you can't be mad because you sat there and you thought about it. And even if the outcome isn't positive, you did what you thought was best. And that's all we can ever ask. And then lastly, you have the Queen of Pentacles. Somebody might not be feeling so secure right now, in either their position or status. Money might be a little funny, or people who usually have jobs or roles of responsibility where they have to take care of people either financially or resourcefully. Like, I have to provide. They might not feel like they have it right now. Don't fret. You gotta roll with the punches. You gotta figure it out. Um, Not me throwing the card. But at this time, this is all that I see. I would like to go ahead and thank all of you who support and help me. I greatly appreciate you. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, my readings are $30 for 30 minutes. You can go to my Calendarly. I'll link everything in the description. I hope you have a blessed and beautiful day. I hope you use all your energy in a positive way. And even if you don't, know that you are still loved and blessed. I'm going to go ahead and get off. Be sure to let me know if you like this video or not. If you want to see more like so. If not, tell me what you want to see. Until next time, peace, peace.